Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you layout setup in AutoCAD. So first of all, you can open a new file of AutoCAD, and in order to do the layout setup, we're going to click on the layout 1 here first, and we're going to right click of layout 1 and go to page setup manager. In layout 1 here, and we're going to do modify. Then first of all, we're going to select the printer as AutoCAD PDF high quality print. Then for the PDF options, we're going to select the merge instead of the lines override. So we're going to do the merge because we want to see all the lines. And for the paper size, and we're going to select the inch one, in particular 11 times 8.5. So instead of the full A size, so we're going to scroll all the way down here and do and say A expand. So the difference between these two is the printable area, they are slightly different. So if we selected the ANSI A here, it's 11 by 8.5, means it's a landscape one. So if we select this, then hover the mouse in this area, it will show us the printable area. So the true paper size is 11 by 8.5, but the printable area is only 10.61 times 7.16 inches. And if we select and say A, expand A here, which is 11 times 8.5, and your printable area is going to be slightly bigger, which is 10.61 times 7.71. And I'm going to help you write down this number because we're going to create a border later. So printable area is 10.61 times 7.71. And this is the paper size. And for the plot area, we just stay with layout. And the plot style, we are going to do monochrome, which we want everything on AutoCAD with colors, but when we print out, we want them to be black and white. So monochrome here, and say OK with it, and close it. And the next thing is going to be the border. And also this thing here, it's called a viewport. So border is here in a viewport. So on this piece of paper, you could create as many as the viewport. So you could make it smaller or make it bigger or move that around. So this is called viewport, and this is called border. So it's actually doesn't have any border. So the hidden lines here is not a border, but we're going to draw the border. And when we draw a border, since it's a individual thing, so we probably need to create another layer that is called a border. And also for viewport, when you print out, you don't want the viewport to show up. So we will need to create another layer that is called a viewport. So let's go ahead and go here and create two layers. So the first one is called a border. And the color, stay with it. And the line type, I'm going to still do 0.3 so you can see it. And continuous looks okay for me. And create another one here that is called a viewport. And so for viewport, like we said, we don't want that to be printed out. So we're going to unselect the printer here. So until the band sign is showing up, so it's not going to be plotted. And the line size, I will stay with this so you can see it. And I'm going to make the border one to be current, then I'm going to draw the border line. So I'm going to go to rectangle here and click on it. And if you hover your mouse on here, you will realize this point is actually 0, 0. So instead of snap here, we'll just tap in 0, 0 here. Then another box here is going to be the plot, the printable area, which I told you to write it down, which is 10.61, 7.71. Then enter. Then we have a border line here. So some border line. And sometimes, especially in construction borders, they have a double borders. So what we are going to do is we are going to offset this border line. And we are going to offset 1/16 of an inch. So first of all, you want to set up the units as inch. So you can tap units here. So anywhere on the screen, just tap in units. Then make sure it's inch here. And the decimal places, keep it as 4. And you don't want to be engineering one, don't want to be fractional, don't want to be architectural one. So keep the decimal one here. Then say OK. And you can also actually change the units with millimeters or feet if you want to, but right now we just stay with inches here and say OK. And now we are going to offset border. So the border is here and offset 1/16. Then select this one here, then go inside. And sometimes the outer border line is going to be thicker than the inside one. So let's do that. So let's select the outer one and right click of the mouse and go properties. Then if you change the thickness here, nothing is going to happen. So you will need to go to the geometry here and go to global line width. And double click the number here. We're going to tap in 1/32. It's actually inch, so just 1/32. Oh, didn't recognize. 1/32. So as you can see, it's thicker than before. Then you can close it. Then this is our 11 by 8.5 size of paper, and we're going to go ahead and rename it. You can click it twice, or you could right click here and do rename and call it as NC expand 11 times 8.5. Times, you can just use an X and hit enter after you are done. Then this is 11 times 8.5. And we're going to do the similar thing at layout tool. So left click it, then right click it. Then we're going to go to page setup manager again, then layout tool, do modify. And the printer we set as the high quality print. Then the paper size, we're going to do NCB expand. So NCB expand. So it's 17 times 11. Then select that. Area to plot is still layout. And the PDF options is still merge. Same thing. Then the color here, do monochrome. So if you want to change the units, you could change it here, either millimeter or inch. And if you want to have a millimeter, make sure you change it to 1. So 1 millimeter is 1 units, then it will show up. But right now we're going to stay with inch, so make sure it's 1 as well. And after you are done, you can say OK and save the work. So from a paper size, you can see, so paper is 1 time bigger than before because the window is getting smaller. So as you can see here, and we're going to add border lines again. So before I do that, I forgot one thing. So like we said, you don't want the viewport to be printed out. So I'm going to select the viewport and move it to the viewport layer. So when you print it out, they're not going to show up. And similar thing, I'm going to go here. So I'm going to draw the rectangle and it's under border. So go here. So 0, 0 should be here. Yes, 0, 0 here. Then go up here. So the plot area is 16.61, 10.21. Then hit enter. So if you don't know where it is, so you right click here and do page setup manager, then modify. So if you hover your mouse right here, so it shows you the printable area here. Then we're good, so close that. And after that, we are going to offset the border line. So offset here, then the distance is still 1/16. Then select here, offset inside, and escape. Then select the outer border, then right click on it, then go properties, and go to global width, then double click that, delete that, and type in 1/32 as the thickness. Okay, didn't pick up 1/32. Then hit enter, so it's getting thicker. And we're going to rename this tab. So either double click or right click and do rename. And the title is going to be, I'm actually going to copy here. So double click, then copy, then double click here, then Control V, paste. So it's 17 by 11. It's a B size. So I'm going to put NCB here, then NCA here. Then we're going to save the work. Then I'm going to call it as layout template teaching and save it. Then save one more time. And the next thing, we're going to set up the text font. With that, you can draw title blocks here. So you can go to rectangle here again, then draw title block. So click on rectangle and snap it from here. Then draw a rectangle with the dimensions. And I'm going to type in here. So x-axis, I'm moving to the left. This is minus 0.65. And comma, y is 1.49. Then hit enter. So this is the title block. Then I will need to explode this in order to offset each line here. So I'm going to click here, then explode. So there are going to be all 4 individual lines. Then now I could offset the bottom one up as 0.38, 0.38. Then select the bottom one here, then go up again, then go up one more time. And also I could offset the right one here to the left. So right one here to the left with 4.94, hit enter. So from here to the left. And also I could offset this line here to the right with 1.78, 1.78. Whoa. Oh, messed up. Okay, one more time. So 1.78. Yes, click here, then go up. Oh, click here, then go up. Delete this. Then I could trim then select them all, right click, then trim off this, and also possibly this, and I could put a text on it. So do single line text, then put it here to here maybe, then call it tolerance, all capital letters. Then move it here. Oh, it's actually a typo. And this is how you want to create the text. Then save the work. And later on, you may not need this viewport anymore, so you could delete it. And you could create more layouts. So go to layout here, then go to rectangular. Then it will ask you how many do you want. You could select 4. Then you're going to have 4 viewports at once. So first of all, when you print out, you don't want them to be printed. So I could select them and move them to the layout layer. So if you print out these things again, so let's say print, then go to preview, then they're not going to be printed out because you set them to be not printed. And also you could move this around. So one drawing, you could have several windows or several layout port, the viewport. Then save the work. And that's all we have for view layout. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.